welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thank you for joining me. For me, this past week seemed to fly by pretty quickly, and I felt like it was a pretty active week, getting things accomplished, and I do feel like I experienced some reminders of things to appreciate about our lives, or my life anyway. And then there were some things also that I realized needed to be let go. And, you know, I hope everyone made it through the week without too many difficulties. I know it's been sort of an emotional roller coaster since August. And, you know, let's go ahead and get into tonight's predictions to see what's in store for us in the week ahead. So tonight's predictions run through to next Thursday, October 27th. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. So for general themes, what came to mind was warriors of love. And I feel like this week we'll be going through some more deepening of knowing and understanding ourselves. We'll be purging false and unresolved emotions. This week, expect to have periods of feeling vulnerable. To me, that felt like a really strong thing coming through. I feel like we're going to be having some experiences, maybe some that are a little challenging, others that are great, but ultimately it's more of a shedding parts of our protective layers, and it just feels like we will have moments of feeling vulnerable. So again, in order to move into deeper states of true love, we have to allow ourselves to feel unresolved negative emotions. And these negative emotions keep us from fully opening our hearts to love ourselves and others. So you may experience bouts of anger, frustration, fear, and sadness. And again, these are unresolved emotions, or emotions that you've had from the past that you never fully allowed yourself to feel or experience. And if you can remember that emotions are just energy in motion, they need to just move through us. We're not meant to suppress and hold on to them. So just accept what comes up for you this week. Don't become too attached to any one emotion. Just let it move through you and then get on with your day. Try not to suppress or resist. That will only cause you to linger in that emotion. So the harder you try not to feel something, the more the universe is going to throw situations at you to get you to feel that. So if you could just let whatever come up, just come up. It's okay. Be sad, cry, be angry, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's not a huge deal. You just got to let it move through you so that you can start attracting in and replacing those spots that you've held on to this repressed emotion to allow full love to flow through you. And then you'll start attracting different things into your life, and you'll be able to experience deeper and deeper states of peace and calm, even if there's chaos happening outside of you. So again, try not to linger in any of the emotions. Again, they're from the past. They just need to be diffused through acceptance, compassion, and forgiveness. Another general theme was plateau. So like plateauing. I feel for some, it will just feel like more of the same this week. You know, you've become stuck. Things aren't really moving very much for you, or you're dealing with the same sort of emotions over and over again. You know, my advice, I feel like this week it's time to stop straddling the fence with one leg in the past, one leg in the future, right? And you're just sitting on the fence, and you're living halfway in the past, dwelling on stuff. You're too far in the future, worrying about where you're going, what are you going to do, where am I going to get married, am I not going to get married, am I going to have kids, am I going to lose my job, like all over the place. Meanwhile, nothing is happening that's keeping you stuck. So this week, I feel it's going to be more of you swinging your leg over the fence and then jumping off of the fence to embrace the present. And from there, you can take one step at a time and take one day at a time to work towards your heart's desires. So again, it's about balance and not let go of the past completely. And don't stress about the future. Deal with the now. because that creates the future. So also this week, the energy of love is super strong. Like there's just the vibration of love is really going to be tense. So, you know, what that energy does is whatever is keeping you from experiencing your true essence will come up. So again, it will be different for everybody. It just depends on how much, you know, acceptance, how much work and clearing energy you've done for yourself. But this love is a powerful energy, and so you can expect some highs and lows in the emotional department this week. And it will create change. It will create change. So just be aware of that. Try to remember just to allow your emotions to flow through you. That means feel them, acknowledge them, and accept them. This does not mean suppress them, avoid them, or resist them, because it's not going to help you at all. Another theme is reset. So I feel this week everyone will be experiencing some sort of reset in regards to our memories and what we thought we knew to be true. I feel there will be moments of like good luck, blessings, and prosperity as well. But I kind of feel like, you know, there's something going to be going on with like the wiring in our brains. So if all of a sudden you're feeling like you don't remember things, or you're feeling a little airheaded or spacey, it's normal. It's just some energetic symptoms that you're experiencing. Obviously, you know, if you're concerned, please go to the doctor and get things checked out. Another theme for this week is honesty and dishonesty. So I feel like that's going to be a major role this week too. I feel you'll need to be honest with yourselves and others. And I feel some of you are going to find out someone important to you has been dishonest about something. So maybe prepare yourself for that. For some, it will be you who is being dishonest to someone important to your in your life. And then there will be a few of you who mistakenly accuse someone important in your life of being dishonest. So everyone's feeling a little bit stressed. Everybody's tired, and everybody's dealing with like some sort of delays. And so try not to get confrontational. Just be an observer to what's happening, and then, you know, bring up the conversation if you feel like something's happening. Don't do it with projection of blame. Just, you know, I feel, use your I statements. Those of you who have been working through your issues, I feel like you'll experience a little more freedom, a little more joy, and a little less stress this week. Those who have been avoiding will experience the good parts after you face your problems head on. So expect to be dealing with something that the universe is trying to bring to your attention that you need to let go of and resolve within yourself. Another theme is going to be doing the right thing. Some will have that epic battle within on whether or not to stay true to yourself or overextend yourself because you're worried about doing the right thing for someone you've been enabling too long anyway. So really just think about it. You know, one of the most powerful things you can say is no. Spirituality will be on everyone's radar as well. Everything from traditional religion to otherworldly spiritual stuff, you know, whatever's out there. Everybody's got a little something that they like. I do feel like there'll be some tensions that will arise on what's right for you versus what you're being told is right for you. Beliefs are powerful and they shape our reality. Just because you believe something doesn't mean it's true. And the theme too is rules and the system will also come up. So again, the battle of what you feel is right for you versus what the establishment dictates for you. Again, stay true to yourself. Do what, you know, resonates with you. Try not to be belligerent and force your opinion and your belief system onto somebody else. You know, everybody is on their own journey and everybody gets where they need to go in their own way. And we don't need people fighting over stuff that really is a personal belief or a personal thing. So stay out of that. I think you'll probably even see some stuff in the news surrounding this. I just feel like there'll be some stuff going on about that. Let's see, work. For those of you employed this week, some of you will begin to see hints of needing to leave your current employment situation, especially for those of you who are being mistreated. Others will experience stability, improvements, and moving toward new opportunities. The caution for you guys is to keep your ego in check. Try not to get all ego-y. Some will want to break the rules this week at work, and will have a difficult time staying organized, while others are going to be like strictly rule followers and they're going to be uber organized. So it'll go from one extreme to the other. And there's also a feeling of mentorship and teaching. So some will mentor, others will be mentored this week when it comes to the work arena. For those of you looking for a job, I feel for some, a new job's right around the corner. Most have had hints of this happening through multiple interviews. I just kind of feel like it's status quo. It's coming. It might happen next week. It might be the week after. But a lot of you that are looking for jobs, it's coming. The rest of you that haven't had any real bites, just keep pounding the pavement. It's headed your way. Give it through the rest of this month, and you'll continue to feel a lot of forward motion. Love, committed relationships. For some, unfortunately, I do feel like infidelity will be an issue this week, and for some, it will be dishonesty about something else within the relationship. Others who've been struggling in existing relationships will finally be at a point where you're ready to lay out the issues and resolve them, or you're just going to decide it's best to go your separate ways. Some of you will be feeling like you need a little me time in your relationships, or your partner will feel like they need some space. Take it or give it, to your partner if they need it. This is not the week to be overly needy, clingy, or whiny. I also feel like some will have romance on the mind this week. Enjoy it, embrace it. The caution that was coming through was to keep it traditional or as expected. This week is not the time to experiment, with unconventional ways, since the energy of dishonesty is kind of floating around. So I wouldn't want your, significant other, your honey baby, to misinterpret your change in behavior for something that's not. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. Those of you looking for love, I feel like, again, because there's this dishonesty and cheating thing that I'm feeling, I feel like those of you that have been cheated on, or those that have cheated, or maybe you've done, been cheated on and then you cheated, whatever the case is, I feel like that, that energy is trying to be moved out of you and released. So I do feel like that's going to come up for you, whether it's through memories or some other way you run into a past ex or something like that. I feel like it's for the best, and, utilize that time so you can begin to heal and move forward in new relationships. This basically is a block that's becoming unblocked, and will help you move into attracting new love. Love is on the horizon for many of you. If you haven't seen it yet, like I keep telling you, you've got to get out of your house. You've got to step out of your comfort zone and go meet people, date, tell your friends you're looking. Don't be shy. Just go have a good time, and don't put too much, thought into, I got to find a relationship. Just go and have fun. Finances, some will have financial issues come up, or money will feel a little tighter than it has. Those who are constantly worrying about money finally realize money isn't everything and decide to give yourself a break from worrying. So that's going to be a huge relief for you. Those who have been struggling financially, I feel like you will see some relief this week. And some will finally get good financial news that you've been waiting to hear from either a bank, a boss, insurance company, or something else. Like, it's going to show up in some way. For the rest, money's flowing as per usual. It's a good time to invest, but not risky investments this week. And just pay attention to who you trust. Health. Some of you haven't been feeling well. Most, I feel, it's just from stress and suppressing feelings and avoiding and all of that. Well, this is a good week to deal with everything. And if you've really been dealing with not feeling well, you should go to the doctor and get it checked out and make sure that everything's okay. If you don't feel like you need medical care, like I just kept getting, everybody needs to sleep. Get some sleep, that always helps. Those of you that are feeling good this week, I feel like you'll decide to take some time off from work to enjoy and just kind of put two and two together how your positive mental state has contributed to your overall physical health. And those of you that are looking to maybe make a lifestyle change for this week, I do feel like discipline, order, and commitment will be easier in this energy. So if you've been wanting to start, this week's a good time to start. Spirituality, I feel many will realize they've been mistreated by friends, family, bosses, and coworkers. Spiritually, it's your duty to take care of yourself. So it's time to address this with these people that are affecting you in that way. Or, maybe some of those relationships just need to come to an end. This is a great week to explore different spiritual avenues, and I do believe you'll begin to see the truth and beauty of your existence. Spiritually, give yourself some me time this week, just to be. Take a load off. Well, that wraps up the predictions for tonight. Let's do a quick moment of Zen, and then we will move on to the caller. So close your eyes, open your palms, and tell yourself you're open to receive. I'm going to focus on the heart chakra again this week because that strong love energy is coming through, and we just want to help release any kind of blocks surrounding love and what you've been holding on to so that we can hopefully not have it feel so intense. So you might experience heart palpitations and heartburn this week because of that. It's all normal when your heart chakra is opening. So go ahead and take a deep breath and exhale, and here we go. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. And really quick for the messages from crossover loved ones, the only thing I really got today was the name Betty or a connection to Betty Boop. And it felt like it was a mother or a grandmother figure that was coming through. But there wasn't much of a message. It was just a connection to either the name Betty. I don't know if Betty is who was coming through or that's who she's looking for, or it was because she kept saying like Betty Boop. So I don't know if maybe her daughter's name is Betty and she would call her Betty Boop, or her granddaughter, something to that effect. All right, let's get to tonight's caller. Let me see who I have here. I have Connor in Mahopac, New York. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah, it's Mahopac.
Oh, Mahopac. Okay, I was trying to get all fancy with it. How are you?
I'm doing phenomenally well, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. So, how can I help you this evening? I feel like you have some specific questions for me.
I don't know if it's necessarily specific questions, but I'm just kind of trying to see what might be coming through to you, I guess, in regards to maybe like love life or just relationships in general with family, friends, romantic or intimate relationships, and then also kind of career as well, something I'm very interested in, kind of see what comes through with that stuff.
Okay. So I did make a couple of notes earlier today for you. So I kind of was feeling there's news regarding finances. I kind of feel that you get stressed about the financial aspect of things, but what will make things flow a little bit easier for you in regards to your career and work aspect and the money that's coming in, I kept getting like you need to focus on the mundane little things in your life and get those in order, and then everything else will kind of fall in place. So it's, focusing on the little, like whether it's making sure you pay the cable bill or, just like the little everyday annoying life things that we have to deal with. I feel like if you can bring your focus into that and kind of let go of the bigger picture because you're uber focused, like you're really focused on that, and it almost is then like a pushing energy. So it's kind of like back off, let the universe do its thing, because I feel like a lot of things are going to fall into place. I feel like you're working right now, but are you wanting to move from whatever you're doing. Like, I feel like there's a part of you that's generating income, but another part of you that is trying to go out and find another job as well, or shift something or do something within the career aspect of it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I do have, I call it like my 9 to 5 where I have my main flow of income, but I do have a side project that I've been working on and trying to kind of lift that off the ground. And that is definitely one of the things I need to focus on very big picture, and I don't really focus on like the little day-to-day tasks that need to get done to make that big picture happen. So I think I kind of got to bring my tunnel vision in a little bit and kind of take care of, you know, my foundation here and let that other stuff kind of happen on its own.
Yes, because you know what? You're amazing. Like you're awesome at dreaming and seeing the bigger picture, which is very difficult for a lot of people to do. You're really good at it, and your imagination, I feel like, is on fire a lot, which is very powerful in manifestation. So if you can really hone that, and again, pull back a little bit, focus on the mundane things, and your side gig will completely take off. At work, I was kind of feeling, I don't know what the energy is there, but I kept feeling like I needed to tell you it's not the time to buck the system and stage a big coup. So I don't know if maybe there's some stuff going on where you're just kind of wanting to like shake things up at work. I feel like you need to just keep it status quo, because it is like your income. Like that's going to feed your side project, which ultimately I feel is like your own kind of business venture so that you can work for yourself in the future. So I really feel like you need to just, you know, show your reliability and that you're even tempered at work, and then focus on what's next to come. For love, and if you want to talk about your side project and see if, you know, if you tell me a little bit what the project is, I can see projected timelines and outcomes if you're interested in that.
Yeah, I would be. So my friend and I, she's been like my best friend for like 15 or 16 years. We actually started a communications and marketing consulting agency for small businesses. So a lot of it would be kind of, you know, collecting leads and getting these clients, taking on these different projects for them. And I don't know, the kind of big picture of it that I have in my mind is where we're going to be able to get to a point where we'll be able to hire other people to do this, and we can focus more on accumulating these clients and stuff like that. She's very good with the technological part of it, the actual strategy and this and that, and I'm much more of like I can talk you into it. I can find out what your needs are and really try to, you know, discover what it is that would be best for you. So I think that's why we work really well together, because she's great at those little mundane sort of things, and I'm kind of more floaty out there kind of thing, you know. So, but that's where we're both at. I mean, we both really have already invested a lot in it, and we want to see what happens, you know.
Well, I feel a really, really positive outcome for it, and I do feel like you're the person that can easily build a rapport with others. And again, you're kind of the salesperson on this. I do feel like if you really just focus and put your energy in there, I feel like sometimes both of you get overwhelmed and worry about failure and not succeeding, or even succeeding and then worrying that you'll F it up. So I kind of feel like by the summer of next year, I feel like you guys could have a really good flow, and I feel like you could have a good handful of clients that are like, you know, markets like myself, like people, you know, that are doing unusual things, that are small businesses that don't have a lot of money, but have enough to like get the help that they need. So find the balance in that. And I think by summer of next year, you guys could really have a momentum going. I only have 3 minutes left, so I want to make sure that we hit your love stuff here.
Yeah.
Okay. So with the love thing, here's what I wrote down, because I wasn't connecting whether or not you were in a relationship, or, you know, this could be past, present, future. So I wrote down responsibility and duty, and that you may be experiencing a rough patch. And this could be something that is maybe a habitual pattern of behavior where once you're getting into a relationship, it's kind of, the expectation that everything is rosy and lovey and amazing, like rose and wine all day long. And then you hit a rough patch, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh man, like the willingness to put in the work isn't quite there because of the kind of, I don't want to say fantasy because it's not fantasy, but it's almost this belief of like, it should be easier. But you're having to work through some relationship junk, so you're going to attract some people that you have to work through some things with. And once you do that, you'll attract the person that you're going to ultimately end up in a long-term relationship with. And I kind of feel like for you, that could, again, it feels like the end of next year to the beginning of 2019, where I feel like you could be in a serious relationship. Next year, you're going to be business oriented. I think you're going to have fun and date and mess around and do stuff, but like I don't like that love you're looking for. I feel like is not until the end 2018, early 2019. But you got to be willing to put the work in. Does that make sense? I only have 60 seconds, so. Yeah,
it does. Thank you.
You could do this. Work through it. Go out and date. Like, you're not in a relationship right now, are you? I feel like you just kind of date around.
Yeah, right now it's just kind of dating around.
Okay, date. Like, date everybody that you have any sort of a connection or vibe with, and I want you to use the mirroring technique as a tool so that you can see with what they're reflecting back to you, because those are the things that are happening internally within you. So if they're triggering you, or if you're sitting back and you're like ripping this person apart, like, ooh, I don't know, I don't like that shirt, or don't like this, take a minute and reflect and work through whatever traumas you have, and I promise you'll have that love.